Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, hump day. I haven't been on here in a while. I was out of town last week for my friend's son's wedding in Seattle. It was fantastic. Seattle's a groovy town. I was even happier that there wasn't a speck of rain. Thank God. Well, you caught me in the middle of my Folgers coffee. No, you did not. It's my tea. I am currently right in the middle of an Ayurvedic Kitchari cleanse. Some of you may have heard about that. Some have probably no idea what that is. It's just 3 days. My husband and I are doing it just to clean out the sludge, shall we say. That's attractive, isn't it? Clean out the sludge, get the digestive tract going, detoxify for sure. I really thought when I looked at the ingredients and, it's only 3 days, I thought, I can do this, no big deal. I've done some real crazy cleanses and things in the past where it was complete deprivation. But I can tell you that, I saw, this has basmati rice and mung bean dal. That's no problem. That's food at least. Compared to when I've done the cleanse for like 5 days that had the maple syrup and lemon juice and cayenne pepper. That one's so gnarly. That one you really are cuckoo. I don't know anybody that's done it more than once successfully. Everybody tries it once and goes, man, that was cray cray. That was more than I bargained for. Kind of like when the first time you get your hoo-ha waxed. But you just keep going back. Anyway, back to seriousness here though. So the Kitchari cleanse consists of 3 days, and it's Ayurvedic, which is a 5,000-year-old tradition in Indian culture. It's medicinal, etc. It's herbs, and you eat food based on your body type and any of in the issues that you're having. A lot of Western culture is based after Ayurvedic way of eating, but anyway, so the Kitchari cleanse consists of oatmeal in the morning with raisins and a fruit. Like the fruit has to be everything's cooked. In any Ayurvedic cooking, it's all cooked food. They don't eat anything cold. Because if you think about it, and this way it was explained to me, is when you eat cold food, it's like putting out the fire in your belly. And your belly is where you need all your digestion to happen. So, if you do a cleanse like what I'm doing and my husband's doing, you should start to see the toxins just come out of your body, detoxify. And it gets your digestive tract back on track. So, it consists of oatmeal in the morning with the fruit I mentioned and spices. And if you think about the Indian culture, the spices that we're thinking about or talking about are going to be cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, and nutmeg. So you have that stewing in a pot with your fruit, your cut up fruit, and your the raisins, and then you cook that for whatever amount of time, I don't remember, 20 minutes or so. And then you throw in your oatmeal. And then it's pretty hearty. That actually keeps me pretty darn full for many hours. You're supposed to eat that between 7 and 8. Then lunch is 12 to 1. Dinner is before 7. So usually between 6 and 7. And for lunch and dinner, you have what is actually the actual Kitchari. And it is mung bean dal and basmati rice with some spices, Indian spices. I bought the packet. I wasn't trying to make all those spices. I'm sorry. And ghee, which is clarified butter. And then you can put in some certain types of veggies. They say no nightshades. I don't know do you guys know what nightshades are? I had to look them up. I kind of thought I knew what they were. But for instance, a nightshade vegetable is eggplant. There's a full list of them. You can Google it. But for me, that would have been the one I would have wanted to put in here because I love eggplant. So, but I put yesterday's Kitchari consisted of carrots and zucchini with the spices, and you cook it and stuff, and then you eat that. And you can eat as much as you want. And it's hard not to eat a lot because you're like thinking, or I was thinking like, oh, I'm going to be starving to death. I got to get all I can in. So at lunch I ate quite a bit. And then at dinner I ate just a normal amount. And then you have some tea. You have tea at night. I have a different kind of tea for the afternoon right here. It's also in Ayurvedic tea that I got from my friend Vivian. But the tea at night is, I think it's cardamom seeds, coriander, and I can't remember, it's another seed. So you have that before bed. Really, you're only supposed to eat 3 times a day. Now, if you're starving to death, you can have some raw almonds, and you can have some avocado. So Chris was starving, so he took avocado to work today to be able to snack on it. And I made him some tea and put it in his thermos. You also can make some things to go on the top of your kitchari, which I made with toasted sesame seeds and cayenne pepper. Sprinkle that on top. I made another thing that looks like pesto. And that is lime juice, shredded coconut, cilantro, a little honey, salt and pepper. There might be something else in there, but I followed the recipe. And that's pretty tasty. You can put that on top, gives it a little zing. So my first day this morning, I lost 3 pounds. Again, I'm not really doing this for the weight loss necessarily. It's great. I do need to lose more weight, but I was really more wanting to reset my system. And typically people do this type of cleanse in the autumn, or they do it even in the winter as well. So it's been very helpful to kickstart. One thing I will share is I really wasn't anticipating the withdrawals from flour and sugar because, as you know, I've been very careful about what I eat this last year and a half or so. So I guess I'm taking in more sugar for sure than what I thought I was taking in. And flour. I feel like I eat only whole foods and eggs and chicken and beef, but the fact that yesterday in the afternoon I started to get headaches and just like, I was like, wow, this is kind of weird, and just real tired, real lethargic. Like I took a nap outside. I had to take a nap today too. They say not to do this while you're at work, and I can see why. So I had the 3-pound weight loss. I wouldn't expect I will lose any more. I'm just, again, doing it to just kind of reset my system. If you're interested in it, I'll see how I can put a link in with the description of the show. But I think it's worth everybody's time to do it. You have to have time though to cook. And if you're not someone who wants to cook every day, this is not the one for you. But it's worth it. The benefits are totally worth it. So I'll have to figure out how I ease back into regular food. There's plenty of things on the internet, and also the link that I will put will probably tell you all about this cleanse before, during, and after. And we'll just see what happens. But I haven't been on here in a while. Just been busy. Like I said, I was traveling last week, and I think the last one I did was when I had been drinking and we had to take the bus home. That one I took down though. It's only back by popular demand if people want to see it. But I'm out looking for a job, so I can't have future employers seeing me act cuckoo at bus stops. Anyhow, that wraps this installment up. I'll get back on here. If there's anything you want me to talk about, any questions you have with regard to what I talked about right now, anything having to do with health, wellness, or weirdness, I'm your gal. Let me know what you got questions on. If I don't have the answer, I'll let you know. Or I'll make it up, or I'll figure it out. Until then, take it easy.